What's up, guys? I'm JJ,
I'm Javier.
and this is PM Football. Today, we are going to be talking about who we think are the top 10 teams going into the season in the NFL. Training camp is about a week into place.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries have happened.
Unfortunately, yeah.
We'll get into some of those after, because they've happened to a couple of the teams that we probably have on these lists.
Some major ones. Just for example, like Justin Fields, he's supposed to miss a few weeks. I don't think he's going to be in anyone's. I don't think the Jets are going to be in anyone's top 10, but that's just an example of some of the injuries.
Maxwell Hairston went down at practice
today.
The
severity of that, yeah.
Yeah, so we're basically, if you haven't checked out our recent video, we did a top 10 quarterback ranking. We both laid out our top 10, had a debate about our lists, just kind of went back and forth saying why we had certain people in certain spots. We're going to be doing the same thing today with the teams. Yeah. So with that being said, we're going to kick it off. I'm going to start today. You started the last one.
Perfect.
So at number 10, heading into this season, I have the Green Bay Packers as my 10th team. Number 9, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. Number 8, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. Number 7, I have the Los Angeles Rams. Number 6, I have the Washington Commanders. Number 5, the Detroit Lions. Number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs. And number 1, the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles.
There's some similarities. There are some differences as well. All right, there's going to be a couple things in particular I could tell we're going to be debating in this.
Okay.
List. So let me start with my number 10.
Gotcha.
To me, the 10th best team in the league going into next season is the LA Chargers. Number 9, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 8, the Green Bay Packers. Number 7, the LA Rams.
We had that one same.
Yep. Number 6, the Detroit Lions. Number 5, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 4, the Washington Commanders. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs. And number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions.
All right. So
the top 3 we agree with, and I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted, mainly you, when we thought of this idea, though, to do this video, and I made this list, I wanted to send you a message that if our top 3 isn't the exact same, you are clinically ill.
Yes.
Because I really thought you were going to pull a fast
and
one
put the Bills ahead
and
of the
say
Chiefs.
the Bills should be either the number 1 or the number 2 team.
So I'm at least, I will defend Josh Allen till the end of time that he is the best quarterback in the league. But when it comes to the team, you can't deny that the Chiefs and the Eagles are a better team than them at this current moment, roster-wise. The coaching's better. The overall roster is just better. Now, you having the Washington Command. No, I don't even want to start with that because I know that
start wherever you want.
I know that's going to create the most chaos, and I think we should start down at the bottom of the list.
Sure.
I have the Packers at 10. You had them at 8, correct?
Yeah.
You had who at 9?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So I didn't have the Bucs on my top 10, and you didn't have the Bengals in your top 10.
I didn't, no.
So what are you thinking of putting a team like the Bucs over the Bengals?
Well, the Bucs
power rankings
made
list?
The playoffs,
Yes.
so that was
and I
a
can
big
kind of
factor
see, based off of your list, that you kind of
they're all
went
playoff
off
teams
of that.
from last year.
Yes.
Everyone in my top 10 made the playoffs from last year.
Now, that's same for me, except I put the Bengals in
Yes.
over the Bucs.
The reason, I'm going to be honest with you, I would have put the Texans ahead of the Bengals.
I don't think so.
Just because I do think the Bengals defense can improve. I would hope so. What was it, the worst defense in the league last year?
Yeah,
If not
30th or
one of-
31st. Yeah.
Like, I think it should and will improve. But at the end of the day, there's no guarantee that your best defensive player is going to be on the field at this point.
Yes.
And even if he is, you still had one of the worst defenses in the entire league. So we're just going to ignore an entire side of the ball and just put a team in a top 10 team list when an entire side of the ball is a lot worse than mediocre. Like, it will be, I think this year they're aiming for mediocre. That's how bad they were last year.
So hear me out. That's kind of where I am with this, though. I think they could do nothing but improve that defense. And on paper, they did.
Yes, I agree.
So that's kind of just my whole thing. They were, a game out of the playoffs last year with the worst defense in football.
Yeah.
So with it improving just that little bit, I think that they win that one more game and make the playoffs, and I think that happens this year.
But guess what? The team that I had that you didn't, the Buccaneers, didn't have to go through that or worry about that, and they still improved.
Now, the thing that worries me about the Buccaneers and the reason that I didn't include them on this list, I think that they're, for me, the 11th team.
Okay.
The only reason that I don't have them in the top 10 is because of Tristan Wirfs, the injury of Tristan Wirfs. He isn't supposed to be ready for the beginning part of the season. That is a big blow for them.
It is. However, I think they could still win games without him. Not saying they're not going to be at their potential without him. Like, obviously, he is a top 2, top 3 tackle in the entire league. A lot of people have him as the best, and it's hard to argue against that.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not even saying that they could compete without him. I'm just saying with the type of injury it is, it doesn't look like it's going to be an injury that's going to last a while into the season. So that didn't really have an effect on me on putting them on my list.
I think for me, it's just I think the offense of the Cincinnati Bengals outweigh about 95% of the league. Like, they're better. Their offense is better than 95% of the offenses in the NFL.
Yeah, but their defense
is
I think their defense
5%.
weighs them down. That I think they're bottom 3%.
That's what I mean.
Like, it's just their defense was just so bad last year.
And I mean, it's the cliche saying is that the defense wins you championships.
It's kind of true.
And it is true to a point. But over the past few seasons, the offenses have just become so dynamic that if you have a dynamic enough offense, you can still compete in this league.
Yes, but who won the Super Bowl last year? The team with the best defense, if not the second best defense in the entire league. Like, there's no nothing against the Eagles' offense. Obviously, you have the Offensive Player of the Year, the best O-line, but
where would you put the Chiefs on that list as a defense?
It's a really good defense as well.
They scored 40 points on them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as it does matter having a good defense, these teams are still scoring 30 points on these guys.
Did they have 1 or 2 defensive touchdowns that game?
I think it was 1.
Just 1.
I think it was Cooper.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. It was so long ago at this point.
I was going to say,
and it was just a terrible Super Bowl.
I try to forget that game.
It was just a hard game to watch.
It was a miserable game
to
watch.
Regardless, offense is starting to become the more prominent thing to need. And then in the playoffs, it's a different story because the teams typically with the better defense in the playoffs end up going farther. But when it comes to the regular season, and it's not like they're playing 100%, but because it is a regular season game, they aren't going all out balls to the wall. Like, if their offense is able to score, they're more than likely going to win that game.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea where you're getting at here.
Like, the Bengals, to me, have more firepower on offense than the Bucks do on defense, and even obviously more than offense.
Yeah, okay, I won't deny that the Bengals' offense vastly outweighs any facet of the Bucks' whole team. Like, I completely agree there. However, again, like, I just think their defense weighs that team down so much.
Yeah.
To where it doesn't even, like, if the Bengals and the Bucks were to play today, I'm going with the Bucks. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
I would take the Bengals.
No, like that. Who is and I'm not even trying to make it sound like that Baker Mayfield's this all-world talent. Like, he's a very solid quarterback. That's a very good and solid offense they have. But who on the Bengals defense is stopping that Buccaneers off? Like, they're not stopping them.
I just think when it
They're
comes to the end of the
simply
day,
not.
who is stopping that Bengals offense on the Bucs defense? Their
I feel
corners,
like
the
there's a
corner
bigger
room is
chance.
not good.
I feel like there is a bigger chance and I agree, the Bengals will score majority of the drives. Like, I'm not even disagreeing there. But I think the Bucs defense could stop the Bengals offense more times than the Bengals defense can stop the Bucs offense.
And that's fair. Like, again, I said that the Bucs are right outside the top 10. I have them at 11. I just think that the firepower that the Bengals currently have on that offense, with a full season of Chase Brown being their running back, like, he was splitting reps with Zach Moss until about halfway through the season. And then they realized, oh, this guy's actually really good at football. So I think a full season of Chase Brown bearing injury will be a major upgrade for them, because they were such a pass-heavy team that they really needed that running back to complement in the run game. And they never really had that until Chase Brown finally stepped up and proved that he could do that. I think adding him as a vital piece to that offense and a full season of that, they might have won a couple more games from last year, even with how bad the defense was.
I don't know, like, I don't know. There's a lot of ifs and stuff we could do.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, they couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
Like, they just couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't put you in a list of a top 10 team when you just couldn't get it done last year.
That's fair.
Like, you couldn't.
I'll be honest with you, mine's more of a projection. It
Mine
really
didn't
is.
I have projection as well. Like, I think, like, I still have the Bucs making the playoffs this year.
Now, I don't agree with you that yours is a projection, because
I literally told you how I made it.
we'll get to it, though. So, number 8, I had the Chargers.
Sure.
You had
At 8, the Packers.
the Packers. Did you have the Chargers on the list?
I did at 10. I think
Okay.
we literally just
So
swapped.
I
10
swapped
and
the
8.
Chargers. Yeah, and you had the Packers.
I had Packers at 8, Chargers at 10.
Okay, so we did flip them.
Yeah.
I had Chargers at 8, Packers at 10. Why do you have the Packers at 8 and the Chargers at 10?
I also included what they've done in the playoffs, and I think what they could do this upcoming season in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about this when we did our quarterback rankings. For whatever reason, Justin Herbert in the playoffs, they're just each other's worst enemies. Like, it just doesn't go hand in hand. I feel more comfortable. I would trust the Packers more in the playoffs than the Chargers in the playoffs. And if we have them in the top 10 list, obviously we think these teams are going to go.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them, because I know with you and the Commanders and whatnot, whatever. But either way, at least the majority of these teams we feel like are guaranteed to make the playoffs. So it's kind of like, all right, who do I think could at least win a game or go further in the playoffs? To me, it wasn't a doubt. I would rather take the Packers in the playoff game than the Chargers.
Okay, so even with that being, like, you just basically were saying that you aren't as high on the Chargers because of the success of the playoffs, basically.
Of the clutchness of Justin Herbert when it matters.
Yet you look over at the Packers roster and they have at the helm, and Jordan Love, who has done the same thing in the playoffs, hasn't been able to.
He's
win.
at least won one playoff game. Justin Herbert's never won a playoff game.
But I think there's
to my knowledge. Am I
think
wrong
that,
about that?
I'll be honest. I'm
pretty sure.
I don't
correct
think he's
me.
one of.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong. But if I can remember correctly, he hasn't won a playoff.
I just think that there's a very fair argument that everybody would agree with, that the Packers are just a better roster than the Chargers.
I think there's elements of the Packers are better than the Chargers. Yeah.
And that Jordan Love has had more than Justin Herbert has had.
Absolutely. Weapon-wise, absolutely. And that's not even to say the Packers have like a...
Yeah. And now, but so the
high-power
point that I'm
offense.
trying to get to is I think that the Chargers have finally gotten to the point where they have the pieces in place and the players at the positions that they want at to play the style of football that they want to play. They draft Omarion Hampton. They sign Najee Harris.
Mm-hmm.
They're a run-first team, but they were trying to run first last year with J.K. Dobbins.
Honestly, let's not act like the Packers don't have who they have.
They have Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
I agree.
Who I would take above either
But
of the guys
I think-
that the Chargers have.
I would.
Yes. Because Omarion hasn't... And I'm not
Yes,
saying
no, I
Omarion
know.
can't get there,
I
but
know.
Omarion hasn't proven anything yet.
Yeah,
So I have to
because
take Josh
that's what I was
Jacobs.
going to say is I project Omarion to at some point in his career be a better player than
Sure,
Josh
at
Jacobs
some
was.
point, but I don't know if this year will
I
be
am
that
super
year.
high on him. Fair. I agree. I don't know if it's this year, whether it's next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road.
Especially since it looks like he will be splitting those reps.
Maybe
with
if
another back.
Najee's healthy enough after his incident,
Yeah.
the fireworks. But
Yeah, we'll see.
regardless, the Chargers have pieces in place to play the style of football that they wanted to play. And they didn't really have that last year. Again, they were running with J.K. Dobbins. And he was injured a couple weeks. Like, now with the run game hypothetically being what it is, I think it very easily takes some of the weight off of Justin Herbert, who now has a Ladd McConkey who has turned into
Solid.
a star.
Yeah, solid.
They drafted Trey Harris in the second round, who we got to see how he plays as well. And they still have, why am I blanking on the tight end?
Oh. Don't ask me. I'm blinking too.
We don't look like we know ball right now. But
Who
they
is their
still
tight
have a very, very, very good offensive line.
Yeah.
And the defense is good enough. I think the Chargers are a little bit ahead of the Packers at this current point in time. And I get the point of Herbert. You're scared of how he plays in the playoffs, but I just think roster overall, I would take the Chargers over the Packers right now.
I disagree. I think other than quarterback and offensive line, I would take everything else positionally and even coaching wise for the Packers.
Corners?
I would take DBs. I really like
McKinney?
Xavier McKinney. Yeah, I really do like. I think he's a star.
No, he is.
I would.
But they
take-
also have Derwin James.
Yeah, fair point. I think just overall as a defense, I would take Green Bay's. As an overall defense, I would take Green Bay's over LA. I would take Green Bay's receivers over LA.
So
I would
that's
take Green Bay's head coach over LA's. No disrespect to Jim Harbaugh at all, but LaFleur's done it for multiple seasons at a very consistent level. So I trust him more as of now.
yeah. But that's the thing that worries me about the Packers is I understand that they just spent a first round pick on
Will
Matthew
Disley.
Disley.
He just
Yes.
has such a forgettable face and name. I'm sorry.
I know that the Packers just spent a first round pick on a receiver, and that expectation means that you're supposed to come in and be that number one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
We've had conversations at length about how we think Matthew Golden is going to be a really good player in this league.
Yeah.
Do-
And you, sorry to cut you off, but you even brought up Trey Harris for the Chargers.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he could be good, but there's a reason Matthew Golden was taken ahead, and
Yeah.
I feel like everyone would take Matthew Golden over Trey Harris.
I just think there's a little bit of a difference with those two because Matthew Golden is coming in to be their number one. The Chargers have their number one. It's Ladd McConkey.
Yeah.
Trey Harris is there to be the complementary piece. That's what worries me about the Packers is that they have all of these weapons at receiver. They have a Matthew Golden. They have a Jaden Reed. They have Romeo Dobbs. None of those guys, to me, are a certified number one receiver in this league.
I mean, we'll see what Matthew Golden does.
Which, if that's how you want to play, you want to have a strong run game with Josh Jacobs, and you have those receivers in place just to play, and you know they're going to be solid. Nothing superstar level,
They're
just
good.
very good players.
Those are good receivers, yeah.
Then that's fine. It's just that almost worries me a little bit when it comes to playoff time because I've seen it numerous times with the Bills when it comes to the playoffs that they just don't have that receiver that can
Yeah, but guess
get
what?
open.
The Bills at least win a game or two in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's because they got Josh Allen.
We
at
haven't
quarterback.
seen the Chargers do that, and that's my whole point.
Yeah.
That's why I have them below the Packers because we just haven't seen it yet.
I-
Not saying it won't
Yeah.
happen.
I'm again, mine's more of a projection. Yours is a projection as well, but you are also considering
I was saying
what is happening.
I think you're projecting more than I am. Like yours is is more than mine. Of this is how it will end next year, almost kind of thing.
Again, for me, I just think that run game will take that next step, and we've seen it time and time again with Jim Harbaugh run teams. If that team has a run game, it is a successful team. Like it just is. It was at Michigan, with the Niners. Like that's just how he wants to operate and win football games. And when it's at that high level, they win games.
Yeah.
So I'm more so banking on that becoming a reality this season, and that's why I have them at 8. Again, I don't think the Packers are a bad team. I had them at 10. It's not like I have them unranked.
Yeah.
They're two
This
spots
isn't a
lower.
Bucks and Bengals thing.
They're 2 spots lower than I have them. We both have the Rams at 7,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah,
6, you have the Detroit Lions.
I do.
I have the Washington Commanders. So you have them flipped. We both have them.
Okay.
We have them flipped, right?
Okay.
You have them at 5? No, you don't.
I have the Commanders at 4, Lions at 5.
And
I
the
mean, Lions
Bengals
at 6.
and then the Ravens at 5.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to have to do some explaining here because you were the one telling me that the Ravens quarterback, Lamar Jackson, is the second best quarterback in the NFL.
Absolutely. Guess
Do the
what?
Ravens-
I also said Joe Burrow is the 4th best quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't even have him on the list.
Do the Ravens have a better roster than the Commanders right now?
Yes.
Is Lamar Jackson a better quarterback than Jaden Daniels?
Yes.
So how are they below the Commanders?
Because they're not going to finish better.
So that is a projection.
Yeah, I told you there's projection in mine as well. They're not going to finish better than the Commanders.
So I'll be honest with you. I'm a little confused
Okay,
off of the list.
sure.
Were you looking at this more of a power ranking?
Is this not what this is?
But that's what I mean. Like, how do you have them ranked higher?
Because Washington is going to win 14 games this year. That's how. We're going to be the 1, if not the 2 seed in the NFC. Whereas the Ravens, I mean, you still got to compete with Buffalo and compete with Kansas City as well.
The Chargers.
I think the Commanders this season can get to Baltimore's level when it comes roster-wise. I think as of now, when you look on it on paper, yes, the Ravens have a better roster. But I think once the season goes and games are played and games are won, I think the Commanders could be right there, if not a little higher, than the Ravens when it comes to the roster.
So again, I just want to reiterate. For you, this is more of a projection.
Yes.
Because I don't want people coming in here and saying that he is insane.
I'll take all the hate. I don't care. I'll take all the hate.
Not only do I think that the Ravens are a better team than the Commanders, I think that the Lions are a better team than the Commanders. And I know you could sit here and say,
Look.
oh, well, we beat them in the playoffs last year.
I'm not even really going to argue the Ravens one. I feel like if someone has Baltimore ahead of Washington, I'm not mad at that at all. Like, it's the Baltimore Ravens. They beat us last year. Like,
It's because it's true.
I don't think it's true. I think we will finish better than the Ravens. I think by the time the season ends, people will say our roster is equal, if not better, to the.
I think
the
it's
Ravens.
very fair to say that this might be the best roster the Ravens have had in the past 4 years.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, they've also had 0 weapons the past 3 or 4 years.
Now, Isaiah Likely did go down today.
Unfortunately, I like him a lot.
I do too. He was in line for a big payment, getting a little off
Look,
topic. but
like you said, yes, mine, at least when it comes to the Commanders, is very much so very focused on projection. I'm not upset at all if anyone has Baltimore ahead of Washington. Like, I think that's fair. I think there's very strong arguments to that. However,
I was going to say, you kept saying Detroit.
No,
however,
Detroit is not better than us.
But,
They're not.
okay, explain.
Beat them last year. They lost both their coordinators, which I feel like people aren't talking about that enough. I don't think Detroit's going to just fall off this crazy clip. However, losing both your coordinators and them being the coordinators they were, like at that level of how skilled they were at their job, that is going to do damage.
I would
I don't care
100%
what
think
people
that.
say. Like, they aren't going to be the same team they were last year. They're not.
I agree.
And that's not a knock on Detroit. I just think that highly of who their coordinators were last year.
I agree to the point that I think it's going to be a slower start for them because they're going to have to figure things out. And that's what training camp's for, but you can't really account that as starting doing reps without it being a competitive game.
But guess what? And dude, we've worked in this. We understand. Like, is training camp important? You try knock out a bunch of rinks and crinkles in training camp, like absolutely. But it doesn't compare to the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when you
that's what I'm
see
saying.
your true flaws and your true mistakes. Like, we're gonna see a lot of that. I feel like with Detroit because they lost both their coordinators.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to have a slower start to the season, but to the same point of losing those coordinators, they didn't really lose any pieces to the team.
No, but a lot of pieces to the team is coming off injuries, and we don't know how they're gonna react to that. We don't know if they're gonna come back the same.
Being Aiden Hutchinson,
then I'm gonna mess up
Ali
his
McNeil,
name. McNeil, who's the blonde linebacker? I know
Anzalone.
Thank you. I was gonna say like Anzalone, like something similar, and I knew
Alex
it wasn't gonna
Anzalone.
be correct. Yeah, Anzalone. Rodrigo's coming off a serious injury as well. Like, they have guys that were injured last year. Like, didn't they have a couple linemen, like offensive linemen, that got injured last year as well? They had a couple O linemen retire as well. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, they had one or two O linemen retire as well. Like, they aren't gonna be the same team. Now, I still think they're gonna win their division. I still think they're gonna be a very skilled team
in one of
They're-
the toughest divisions. in
Absolutely.
football.
Like, I'm not saying Detroit's gonna have this crazy fall off. Like, they're just gonna miss out on the playoffs entirely. But I think when we compare the Commanders' situation right now, where they are and where they're going, compared to the Lions and what happened last season, absolutely, I'm taking the Commanders over them.
But like, I still think that the
Would you agree that other than the Terry situation, because I still truly believe whether he signs an extension or not, Terry's playing this year. He still has a year under contract. Whether he signs an extension or not, Terry McLaurin will be playing for the Burgundy and Gold this season. How could you not prefer Washington's situation going into the season over Detroit's?
Because kind of how we talked similar the other day, I can't remember what video it was, but it was just, you got to prove it to me that you can do it more than once.
Okay.
The Lions now have been to the playoffs 2 years in a row.
However,
haven't performed in the playoffs.
I wouldn't even say that because they went to the NFC Championship a couple years ago.
Yeah.
However, yes, they've performed well, but they've performed well with those coordinators that they don't have anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my biggest honestly, that is my biggest reason why they aren't higher for me. Like I said when we first started this discussion about the Lions, I don't think people are talking about enough how much this is going to affect their team. Like, it's bad.
I agree.
It slows you down and gives you hiccups enough losing one coordinator. You lost both of them, and they both took people from your staff to bring with them. Like, that does something. Whether you want to admit it or not you, like, to the people.
Yeah.
Whether y'all want to admit it or not, that does do something.
I just think that the talent that is on that roster, it is almost, I'm not going to say impossible, because it could happen. I think it's very unlikely that team still doesn't succeed. And I know you're not saying it's not going to succeed. I know that. But I think it's crazy for you to sit here and say that the Commanders roster is better than the Lions.
But guess what happened? We went into Detroit
Which
last
was what I
year.
was going to say.
It wasn't close.
I know. It
was not close. We went into Detroit. We, the Washington Commanders, who hasn't won a playoff game since 2005, who hasn't been relevant since the 90s, went into Ford Field, got the Lions, bent them over, grabbed our belt, and whipped them until they kept crying over and over and over again. It wasn't close. We absolutely torched them.
So do you think, based off of what you just said,
Yes.
I know you had to get that out.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just got rubbed in a tiny bit more. I know last year was the only time my team's ever been good. So like, make fun of me if you want to go ahead. I accept it. I take it. Fine. My favorite game of all time.
I'm sure.
Like that was the greatest game I've seen
Now,
in my life.
my point. You're sitting here talking about the coordinators.
Yes.
Were those coordinators not the coach of that game?
Yes, but let's not like they got hired to be head coaches for a reason.
Yeah.
Like they were the top of the top.
But what I'm trying to say is, let's just say for a moment, I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
But what if the guys that they have in place now are able to coach in a game like that? And because from that game specifically, that was one of the worst called games of Ben Johnson's career.
Yes,
Easily.
I'll agree with you there.
Made really terrible
Even
calls.
defensively, Aaron Glenn could not.
And Jared Goff just happened to play one of the worst games he's played.
And look, I'm not, and we've talked about this when the game happened. I'm not defending Jared Goff at all. He did play bad. Outside of Jahmyr Gibbs, who killed us,
All-star player.
I love Jahmyr Gibbs. He's awesome. That day, I hated Jahmyr Gibbs. He killed us. Outside of Jahmyr Gibbs, who on the entire Lions roster played well that game?
Nobody.
No one. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's fair to put all the blame on Jared Goff. Did he play bad? Yes. But to be fair, who played good that isn't named Jahmyr Gibbs?
That's the only point I'm trying to make, though. Like, Ben Johnson, as good of a coach as he is,
Yes.
has proven he sometimes gets a little over anxious and tries to do stuff that is a little bold, and if it doesn't work, could blow up in your face and cost you the game. Yep. That happened multiple times throughout that game.
Can I have a counter to that?
Yeah.
I'll agree that did happen. Would you agree that both coordinators, Ben Johnson and Eric Glenn, got outcoached that game?
Yes.
We still have those coaches that outcoach the two coordinators that left that place to go get higher positions. We still have them. This roster is a lot more comfortable with this system now. They can now play more loose, more free, even faster, even more violent. If you look at all the reports coming out of training camp over this past week, look, and I don't want to make it sound like I think Washington's going to have a top 10 defense, because I don't think that. I really don't. But this defense is taking a step in the right direction. It's looking so much better than how it did last year. Like, I think keeping your coordinators matters that much. Like, I really do.
So, do you have some more to say?
No, you can go ahead.
I agree that the continuity of keeping a coordinator is a great thing for the team.
Yes.
But when it comes to the NFL and why there is a thing called a sophomore slump.
Okay.
When a coach stays with the player that had a really good first season, CJ Stroud, perfect example.
Sure.
Why is it that they have those sophomore slumps? Why is it?
You tell me. I don't know.
It's because there's a year of tape on these guys now.
Okay.
And I know
Look.
I know that you're gonna say that Jaden's a different player and that he
Not
can
even what I was gonna say.
But regardless, what I'm trying to say is there is a year of tape on Jaden
I think
with
that's
the coordinator
stupidest
that
argument.
has done the things with him from the year prior. He's the same coordinator.
Look.
I'm not saying they're going to go out there and run the same exact plays and the same script that they did in the games from last year. But now that there is tape on him in an NFL offense,
I cannot wait for this.
it's just that's why quarterbacks have that sophomore slump, because people start to figure out
two
tendencies.
things.
They start to figure out what they are really good at, what they're not good at.
Two things, and I'm praying I don't forget both these points, and I can keep my composure to say these points. How do I even want to start this?
I don't know, because I feel like my argument was
solid. No, it's not.
Why?
And it's not even your argument, because everyone's saying this, and I don't understand why.
That's what happens with a sophomore
Did Josh
slump,
Allen keep? I'm genuinely asking because I don't know. Did Josh Allen keep the same coordinator from year 1 to year 2? I'm genuinely asking because I don't know.
Yes.
Did Joe Burrow keep his coordinator from year 1 to year 2?
I don't know.
He did. Did Patrick Mahomes keep his same coordinator from year 1 to year 2?
Yes.
Did Lamar Jackson keep the same coordinator from year 1 to year 2? So how come they didn't have sophomore slumps? Because they are good quarterbacks.
But
if you are a good quarterback, you win games and you perform at a high level.
Angel.
Look,
Yeah.
and my
I
other
get that.
point.
I get that.
My other point. So going into this week 1, it would be I'm really bad at math. I apologize. We played 17 regular season games, we won 2 playoff games, so 19 games.
You played in 3 though. You lost 1.
To the Super Bowl champions, like whatever.
I know you. So you played 20.
So going into the Detroit game, we played 18 games. So Aaron Glenn just didn't have film of the previous 18 games, and Jaden did really well. But now that they have 20 games, that's the difference. That's the difference now. Now that they have 20 games, now we could watch film and now we know what they do. But 17 and 18 games wasn't enough to figure out his tendencies and what he does. But 19 and 20 is. Like, I don't understand.
I'm not saying that at all.
And another point, it's reversed. Like, can't the offense look at what a defense does? Like, this is their tendencies?
100%.
So it's not like it's a one-way thing where only the defense can look at offense tendencies and the offense just got to figure it out. No, it's a chess game. At the end of the day, if you know how to coach and you could ball, you're going to win those games. You're going to perform. I don't understand why people have the argument of, well, now they have film on Jaden. Guess what? The Bucks had film on Jaden. The freaking Lions had film on Jaden. The Eagles had film on Jaden. He still played well against them. I don't understand how all of a sudden, now that it's 20 games instead of 17, 18, and 19, all of a sudden Jaden Daniels is figured out now. Like, I don't understand how that works.
I think what I'm trying to, like, I understand what you're saying.
I don't think anyone does.
I understand what you're saying.
It truly makes zero sense.
To that point.
Why now they got film on Jay. He has to have a sophomore slump. They have 20 games on him now.
I'm not saying he has
However, we couldn't figure it out when he had 17, 18, and 19. But yeah, 20 is what it does. Yeah, the 20th game, we got it now.
Well, it's not
It
like
makes
it's
no sense.
a single week in between the games.
But that's my point.
There's 9 months now that they've been
But
sitting
it
there
doesn't. But
being
it's
able to
still
watch
the
film.
same amount of games now. It doesn't matter. It's still the same amount of games.
And they have 6 months of time to go back and watch
And now
what happened.
Cliff Kingsbury, Jaden Daniels has 6 months of time to look and scout a defense
So-
and figure out how to break them down.
I agree.
Okay.
I think that those are valid points. But for the names that you said, do you want to go back and say those names that you said?
Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
Those are the top 4 quarterbacks in the NFL, correct?
Yes.
Now, we did that quarterback list. Go check
Yes,
it out.
please go check it out.
You have Jaden at 5. I think I had Jaden at 6, regardless of the point. We still think he's a really good quarterback.
Yes.
But to that same point of what we were talking about during that quarterback list, what did we both say about C.J. Stroud? If C.J. Stroud had the same year that he had in that rookie year last year, he's probably ahead of Jaden. And it didn't work out.
Yeah, that's one example.
It happens all the time, though.
Can you name, let's say, 3 other examples within the
Josh. Josh played worse in his second season than he did in his first season.
I don't think that's his rookie year was bad.
His second year was bad, too.
It wasn't worse. Like, it was not worse than his rookie year.
But it was considered a sophomore slump because
No.
he did not play good.
Josh Allen did not have. You can't go from worse to slightly better and it's a slump. Like, that's not how that works.
He was the 7th pick in the draft. And they
But
were
that,
like,
all right, then at that point, it's could he be a bust? It's not a. He took a slump even though he played a little better. Like, that's not how that works.
Justin Herbert?
Did he necessarily have a slump though? I would even say he had a slump. I think people still viewed him as an elite quarterback.
Baker?
I'll give you Baker. Sure, I'll give you Baker.
I mean, like, I know there are plenty of options.
Please, I'm asking for
that's what I'm saying, though. It
examples.
just you have to give me a second to let me think. I don't know. So I'm not going to sit here and say, because you can't name them right off the top of your head because
Sure.
you forget about them. But
But
that's
look,
the thing.
Can you at least agree? if you're a good quarterback, you're gonna win. Like you're
Yes,
gonna win games.
that was the point that I was trying to get to. We have to see it this year. If he's able to do, not even to the extent that he did it, if he does 75%.
So that's really why you're not putting the Commanders ahead of the Lions, because you need to see if Jaden Daniels could repeat it for a second time.
Is that not fair?
No, because
The Lions have a better roster. The Lions have a better roster.
We went into Detroit, bent them
Literally
over,
what we've been talking
and
about.
whipped them.
The two coordinators had the two worst games of coaching that they've ever had. Their quarterback played terrible. Wasn't all on him. No, all of them played bad. The team played bad. It was a bad game.
They lost.
The team had a bad game and a bad moment.
But we're not even talking about, like, this list isn't about a game. It's about an entire season. I think they're
Lions
not
had a
going to
better
be
season.
as good as they did last season because they lost their coordinators.
Yet the Commanders are going to be better because
I gave you, like, keeping our one roster-wise, we improved. I know you disagree, but it's the truth. Roster-wise,
I don't even think you guys got worse. I just don't think you guys got any better.
We got better. Our DB room drastically different than last year. Not even close. We had Emmanuel Forbes,
Who is shining right now.
Osama St. Laden.
Who is also playing good.
Oh, I messed up. Osama St. Juiced, I meant to say. I said Osama St. Laden.
I know you did.
Osama St. Juiced. Or Benjamin St. Laden, whatever you want to call him.
Whatever you prefer.
And Noah Igbenogany, who solid. He performed well this year. Those were our starters going into the season last year. We now have Marshawn Lattimore, who I'm expecting to bounce back now that he's healthy and understands the defense a lot better. He's already looking a lot better. He's moving a lot faster, a lot smoother. Trey Amos, who a lot of people had as a first-round pick,
Me
and
included.
Mike Sanderstill, who balled out last year, now going his more natural position in the slot. Quan Martin, who is absolutely balling in camp right now and has progressively gotten better and better. Our O-line is better. Our receiving core is better. Jaden's going to take a bump up this year. There's no reason to think like our roster like decreased. And I get the D-line. Like, I absolutely agree with you. D-line is still questionable. However, with the amount of big bodies we have now, if we could just stop the run a little better, and I even talked about it last week, we don't even have to be a top 10 defense. If we could go from that 16th overall defense to that 12th, I think that's a big win. And I think we have the pieces to do that.
I don't agree.
But why don't, like,
Because I still think that the Lions have a better team.
But why don't at this point I'm talking about, did Washington improve or not?
Yes, and I understand.
So we improved,
Angel,
and we went into their house and beat them.
Angel.
So we got better after going into their house and spanking them. How are we not ahead at this point?
But that's kind of what I was talking about at the beginning when you're making your list compared to mine. You took into effect last year's results.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like you kind of had to. A little bit, at least to some degree.
Yes, but it's last year. And it's the same thing. Like, the Lions don't have the coordinators, so they're a completely new team. In terms of schematically. But, like, I still don't even think it's going to change that much. Like, how they're going to run the offense.
I have a genuine question. And I agree to some degree. Like, I absolutely agree. Jaden needs to prove it second year. If he doesn't prove it this year, last year doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
Like, he has to prove it this year. However, the coordinators that the Lions have now haven't proven a thing.
Yep.
So why is it that
It's because their roster's better. That's as simple as what I'm saying.
we went into their house and spanked them?
I understand.
Our roster outperformed their roster. Maybe other than running back. Literally everything else, our guy outperformed their guy other than running back.
Do you think, honest question,
Okay,
do you
sure.
think that the Bills had a better roster than the Chiefs last year?
No.
No?
No.
Like, not even close?
I wouldn't say not close, but roster-wise, I would take the Chiefs over.
Do you think the Ravens had a better roster than the Bills?
I think that one's closer, I'm going to be honest with you. I think you're closer
Do
to
you
the
think that the
Ravens.
Ravens had a better roster than the Bills?
Let me think about it. Let me genuinely think about this. I'm sorry it's taking a while.
No, it's okay. This is just feeding into the point. Regardless of how close it really is.
I think they're similar. I think
Yeah.
there could be arguments for both.
But what I'm trying to... The whole point I'm trying to make, the Bills beat the Ravens
Yes.
in the playoffs.
Yes.
And if you're going to sit here and say, well, we beat a team with a better roster in the playoffs, that's happened. And I still have the Bills ahead of the Ravens, even if the Ravens might have a little bit of a better roster.
Counter argument to that, and I'm not even necessarily say I truly believe this, but I think there's at least some truth to this. Name a time Lamar Jackson has came in the clutch in the playoffs.
He hasn't.
He hasn't. So that's what it's not like. It would be one thing if Lamar Jackson just constantly, like, let's say the Ravens were the Chiefs, like they just swapped, where it's always the Ravens beat on you guys, and then you guys beat the Ravens. Then yeah, we'll be like, you know what? It's the Bills. But Lamar Jackson has showed he just there's just something there. I'm not saying this to the degree of Justin Herbert, but you can't deny for whatever reason he just can't get the job done either. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. It's not like Lamar wins in the playoffs, and then you guys came along and he can't. Like he's shown he hasn't been able to do it.
Yeah.
So that would be my argument to that.
And then, but to the same point, like, are we gonna act like Jared Goff has been?
He's been to a Super Bowl though.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, like
with.
I get it was a different
really
team, and I get
team.
that was a very talented team, but we can't take away he's been to a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 NFC Championship games.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. So has Josh Allen. Like that's what I'm saying. Has it been 3? What was it? Was 13 seconds to end a championship game? Dang, JJ, y'all were 13 seconds away from the Super Bowl. I'd kill myself if I was. No, I'm kidding.
Cut that out.
I'm playing. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like Lamar just. What we're talking about, Jared Goff. Jared Goff has at least shown he could get to that level. Lamar hasn't.
Yeah.
Lamar's been to 1 AFC Championship game,
and it's not even like this is what this video is designed for. Like we have these teams ranked in the spots that we have them because of what we're saying. Like there's no correct answer.
And I would like to add another thing. Like I know it seems like we were absolutely trashing these teams.
Yeah, no, these
However,
are the top
these
10
are top.
teams.
Like you are a good team if you're on this list. It's the same with the quarterbacks. Like I know there's certain moments it seemed like we were trashing certain quarterbacks, but you're a top 10 quarterback in the highest level of professional football you could play in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're not trashing you at all. Like it's just when you have to make comparisons, you have to nitpick on who to put above who. Like you have to look at negatives.
Yeah. So I think we both agree from 4 to 10, we basically have the same teams, just different orders.
Other than I have the Bucks and then you have the Bengals.
And that's what this whole video was designed for. Was just why do we have these teams in the spots we do? Yeah. And how close is it really? Because to be honest, in these discussions we've been having, it could go either way.
Yeah, like
it's really based off of preference of what you think.
Like I said, yes, I have the Commanders over the Ravens. I truly believe that. However, like if you do have the Ravens over the Commanders,
100%. I don't even think it's close. I have them at 6, and I have the Ravens
actually,
at 4,
it is close
Lions at 5.
because they beat us and it was a single
line. I know,
it was
but
a
that's
single
last year
possession
game. It's a game.
But
it's a regular season game from last year.
To account at least to some degree to last season.
It's a regular season game from last year.
So what?
So what?
So what?
Are the Rams a better team than the Bills?
No, but guess
and you have them at 7
further in the playoffs though.
Then who?
The Bills made it further in the playoffs than the Rams.
Yeah, but that's like so did the Commanders are there too.
Which is why I have them ahead of the Ravens. But that's part of the reason. Part of the reason why.
But when you're gonna sit here and tell me the Ravens have a better roster, the Ravens have a better quarterback,
but
the Ravens have a better coach,
did also
the
say
Ravens have a better defense.
I didn't say better coach.
You're insane.
And Dan Quinn, I trust. All right, look, obviously, John Harbaugh has proven a lot more. Obviously, love you, Dan Quinn. Keep doing your thing, Dan Quinn.
I just don't know how you can sit here and say that they're better.
I think I told you by the end of the season. I think
by the end of the season, the Commanders are going to be in this top 10.
Yes, I know you think that because you think, which is. Can I point out something on why you're such a hypocrite?
Sure.
You have us winning 6 games. However, you have our quarterback in the top 10 and our overall team in the top 10, and this is all feature like.
I will guarantee you. 2 teams that I have and potentially you have in this top 10 will not be top 10s by the end of the season. I'm not going to say...
No, you might as well say it.
Commanders?
Okay.
I don't know. That's really...
No, you said you had two. Who's the second one?
If I had to pick from this list, the Packers.
I think that's fair.
I think the Packers.
I think that's
I mean, we
fair.
have them at 10. It's not like, or I have them at 10. You have them at 8. It's
think
not
that's
like
fair, though.
I think that the Packers are going to be terrible, but do I think maybe they're outside the top 10? Yeah, especially when I don't have a team like the Bucks who could be good. A team like the
I think
Texans.
it's crazy you have the Bengals over the Bucs. I think that's insane.
I trust the offense, and they've done it in the
And
past.
that non-existent.
They've done it in the
defense.
past, though.
That defense.
Yeah, but what was the difference between that defense
To
when
be
they were
fair-
a good team?
To be fair, you also believe in Shamar Stewart, and
Yeah.
I don't. So that's
No, but
also
so
a
what
thing.
about, like, what's the difference from the defense that they had when they went to the Super Bowl to the defense that they have now?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
There's not much.
It's been a while.
There's not
It's
much.
been a while. So, you have to admit, there's also
Jesse Bates.
No. You have to admit, it was also kind of a crazy and magical ride that they had.
Yeah,
It
they
wasn't
beat
even
us.
necessarily like they were better.
It was the first time. It was the first
It
time
was very-
we had a chance to
it
go.
was very 2019 Nats-esque. Like, not fully because they didn't win it all, but there's some similarities there.
I just hate having to relive this all the time.
That sucks. Do you ever think that you'll never see a Super Bowl in your lifetime?
All the time.
That's depressing.
I'm
And
sure
that
you think
was
that
me.
too.
That was me literally a few months ago. That was me literally a few months ago. So
You just better hope that they don't make the NFC Championship this year.
no,
Because if they lose it,
we're going
if
all the way.
they lose that NFC Championship game, you'll know my feelings.
We're going all the way.
I'm just telling you right now, you'll know my feelings.
We're going all the way. I truly believe that.
Because
But
we'll do it again. Like when our season ended,
We'll do
I
this
can't
again,
remember who said it, but they said it perfectly. The Bills are going to be back. We'll be back. We're going to lose again, but we'll be back.
Yeah.
Like that's what we are.
Yeah.
We'll be back, but we're going to lose again.
How long do you think your Super Bowl window is going to be?
When Josh Allen's on the field, it's open. I truly
No,
believe.
because there's going to be an age where he just doesn't have it anymore. When do you think
People
that
said the same thing about Tom.
Stop. No, don't. You literally cannot make that comparison.
I know, but
You literally cannot make that comparison.
It's
It's apples and oranges.
But when Pat's on the field, is there not a chance every single time?
Patrick Mahomes is significantly closer to Tom Brady.
I'm
than
not
Josh
even
Allen is.
trying to compare him. To
You
Tom.
literally just said, but Tom Brady played for a while. Josh Allen isn't Tom Brady. He's like not even close. Not even in the same universe. I'm gonna be honest with you. Very good quarterback. Extremely talented quarterback. No one could ever take that away from him. He's not in the same universe as Tom Brady.
That's fair. I'm not trying to say he is. I'm really not. I don't even know why I said what I said.
I don't know either. I am happy we have the same top three though.
I was gonna say closing this out. We have Philly 1, Kansas City 2, Buffalo 3.
I was really scared to go put the Bills at 1.
The only question that I would have for you
Okay.
is, do you think it's a fair case that the Bills could be 2?
No,
Why?
because you're not better than the Chiefs.
Why? Because we didn't
Because
beat
you
them?
keep losing to them. You have yet to beat them when it matters. That's the only argument you really need. Like, if you're better, beat them. You've had multiple chances and you haven't done it. Beat them.
So, when it comes to a power ranking, like how we're doing it right now, I'm sure 4 weeks through the season, after 1 week of the season, NFL Network's going to drop the power
I
rankings.
I promise you, after week 1, 3 of these teams are going to be 0-1.
Yeah.
Minimum 3 of
Maybe,
these teams are going to
yeah,
be 0-1.
I was going to say at least 3.
Guaranteed.
But that's my point. It's like, yes, we can't do anything but look at what's happened.
Yes.
We can't
Look at what's happened where we think it's going to go.
So, yes, it's fair, but I truly think that it's a question of we have a better roster. I think that that's a fair. If you don't think from a roster standpoint that
JJ.
you think it's a question. I didn't put them there.
JJ,
I
look,
still have the Chiefs there.
It's similar to what you think of the Commanders. I don't think you guys got better or worse. I think you guys are the same team.
No, our defense
Yeah.
got better.
No, you got
How?
We
How
we
did our
literally
defense get
went
better?
through this the last time your brother was on this show. which was a very good episode. You should check that out. Very good episode. What were we even talking about? What was the topic of that? It was contenders and pretenders, right? Check out our contenders and pretenders video. That was a very entertaining one. Like, I forgot where I was even going with that.
We talked about the defensive players we brought in.
But like, why? Because like you drafted a bunch of rookies, which sure they might be able to do something, sure. But are we really gonna bank on a bunch of rookies and Tre'Davious White
Michael
to
Hoyt,
change?
Larry Ogunjobi,
Are we really?
Joey Bosa.
Sure. Are we really?
Healthy Matt Milano.
Are we really going to depend on a bunch of rookies?
A top 3 corner in the NFL.
Tre'Davious White, Michael Hoyt,
Larry Ogunjobi, Joey Bosa,
and 5 games.
Joey Bosa.
5 games of Joey Bosa.
He said
is the difference.
This is as good as he's felt his entire career.
He said the same thing the year prior,
Probably.
the year prior, and the year prior.
Probably, but that was
Don't
with
forget
the
year
Chargers.
Prior.
That was with the Chargers.
Oh wait, he said that the year prior.
No, he was
well.
at Ohio State that year.
Regardless, so those are the difference. Those are the differences between losing to the Chiefs and beating the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I strongly disagree.
But like, can you not at least say like, you just named about 7 people.
Yeah.
Though all 7 of those people were not on the team last year.
If all 7 somehow,
But I'm not even saying all 7 have to hit.
If a scenario where all 7 hit,
I'm not saying they have to.
You are better than the Chiefs.
All I'm saying is those are 7 people that we did not have last year that have an opportunity to help us this year.
JJ, you could literally say the same thing about all 32 teams. You could look at all 32
The only
teams
difference,
and say, hey, these 7 guys can help us win this year.
The only difference is we were a drop pass away from last year making it to the Super Bowl.
Until Patrick Mahomes has the ball in his hand.
There was a minute left.
He did it in 13 seconds.
I understand that.
I think a minute's more than enough time.
It would have been a first down with a minute left, and we would have had
a PI call. Because don't lie, like the refs were on a perk 30 last year for the Chiefs. They had a hard one for them. There would have been an incomplete pass somewhere, and
all
of a sudden,
it wasn't like
you would have seen a yellow flag in the air, and I know your heart would have sank, and the entire nation would have felt bad.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you if you think that it's a debate.
No.
That there's a potential that
I think it would be very unfair to put the Bills ahead of the Chiefs, at least as of now. At least as of now, I feel like there's zero argument for the Chiefs to be ahead of the Bills in the power rankings.
To not be ahead of the Bills, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's as of now. That could completely change by week 10
Yeah, but that's the thing is like every year we get to the point when the Bills play the Chiefs in the regular season and we beat them.
But that's exactly my point.
Yep, that was my point earlier
How is this different than any other year?
Yep.
This isn't... I'm sorry, I'm going to have to break this to you. My season predictions for the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are going to win the AFC East. They're going to look strong. They're going to be a top 2 or 3 seed, guaranteed. They're going to have so much power, so much strength, so much hope in Buffalo and the fan base. They're going to kill whoever they play in the wild card. It's not even going to be close. They're going to beat them by like 20 or more. It's going to be kind of close in the division. They might win it, they might not. It depends who they play. It's going to be really close in the divisional. They're going to go into the AFC championship game. They're going to say, this is the one. This is the one. This one's different. We can feel it. They're having more fun than anyone else in the league. This is the one. And then they're gonna lose. And then and then they're gonna be in mourning. It's gonna be sad for Buffalo, and like it's not fun picking on them because like you want them to win because it's one of those fan bases that like you just want. It's like Detroit. Like you want to see them succeed. And then the offseason's gonna come. And then there's hope. We got this guy, this veteran, this guy. We drafted these guys. We could beat the Chiefs this year. It could happen. And it's just a cycle that's going to keep going and going and going until Josh Allen leaves. And then it's rebuild year and da-da-da. But back to this season specifically, win your division, kill whoever you play in the wild card. Maybe you win the divisional, maybe not, but either way, let's say you win the divisional. It's a little closer than it was in the wild card. You go to the AFC Championship game, just can't get it done.
You just better pray that isn't what Jaden Daniels turns into.
Not my Messiah.
You just better pray.
Never my Messiah.
Because to that point, like, the only reason we haven't made it is because we've played against the best quarterback of all time.
Second best.
But the fact that you're even saying he's the second best quarterback,
Very
and he
talented
might
quarterback.
still have 7 years left.
And guess what? Yes, it's unfortunate. I completely agree. It sucks that your guy's prime was in the same era that you have to play a talent like Patrick Mahomes.
And
absolutely,
and
it's so
it wasn't
unfortunate.
even just that. And we didn't have a Josh Allen during this time period. But from the time that it was almost like it was perfect in how they overlapped with each other. As soon as Tom Brady left,
Yeah,
Patrick
I get what
Mahomes
you're
was
trying to say.
born.
Yeah,
So there was a Tom Brady for 17 years of my life, ruining my hopes and dreams. And then you get Patrick Mahomes, who yourself saying Tom Brady's a better quarterback than
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes. I had to deal with both of them.
yeah.
My
That's the
entire
thing.
life.
I completely agree. You are living in the worst timeline to be a Bills fan. Absolutely. Like, it sucks. It does. You just gonna have to deal with it. Like, what? Else
We're
is
going
the
to
option?
beat them one of these years.
No, you're not.
And this is the year.
No.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
sorry,
It's this
not.
year.
It's not,
And you want to know why?
You said the same
Do you
thing
want to
last
know
year.
why? Do
'Cause
you
they're
really?
having the most-
Nope.
they're
Do you
gonna have the
really?
most
Do you
fun.
really want me to tell you?
because they're gonna have the most fun.
We got Tre'Davious White.
I'm such a fool. Of course, we have Tre'Davious.
We got
White.
Tre'Davious White.
Tre'Davious White.
And don't you forget
Michael
about Josh
Hoyt.
Palmer.
Michael. Oh, who could forget?
Josh
Who could
Palmer.
forget? Better than Mac Hollins.
Way better than
Better
Mac
than
Hollins.
Mac Hollins. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
And then-
seriously think the Bills are winning the Super Bowl?
of course. You think this is the Commanders win
Yeah,
the Super
I was
Bowl?
gonna say I can't even make fun of you. Do I think I'm delusional? Probably. I understand it's a long shot, but I believe in
There-
Jaden.
So here's the thing. Football is the best thing ever in the world because
Sports in general.
you
I
can-
think all sports fans can relate to this.
you can just have the highest hopes in the world,
Yeah.
and they are there until it doesn't happen. And then when
Yeah.
it doesn't happen, the world comes crashing down.
Then
Then it lasts for about a week, and then you do it again.
this is one of the worst parts about football is that at the end of the season, only one team is happy.
Mm-hmm.
Only one team is happy at the end of the season. All 31 other teams, it didn't go
crushed.
how you wanted it to go.
Mhm.
It did not go how. Even if it was, hey, we did better than I thought we were gonna do, it didn't end how you wanted it to end.
Mm-hmm.
Only one team is happy at the end of the year. That's what makes it addicting. You want to be that one team.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything you would like to say
Nope.
to wrap this up?
I mean, Philly. I got Philly at 1. They're
I
a
mean,
juggernaut.
I think it would be rude. Not,
At this
look,
point, they're a juggernaut.
look,
There's not a
I'm
hole.
a rival.
There's no holes.
I'm a rival. Like I love. Nothing brings me more joy in life than to trash
Do you really?
Philly.
You want to know what the craziest thing is?
What?
And this might be a smoking hot take.
Jesus. Okay, sure.
I don't even know if it will be, though, because you might agree with me.
Okay, we'll see. Where
What
this
do
goes.
you think the worst part of that team is?
Philly?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Don't say anything. Let me generally. I want to.
What do you
preface-
think the weakest point of that team is?
Give me an honest chance to answer because I'm really thinking about this.
Let's walk through this together.
Okay,
Wide receivers.
I have
Wha-
one. I have one.
Wide receivers.
Not the
Dogs. Tight ends.
I think tight end is the weakest, and that's not even to say that they're weak.
Grant Calcaterra could go on your team right now and be your number 1 tight end.
No, I respect.
100%. Nope,
Respect
not even
Zach
close.
Ertz.
Not even close. Grant
Dude,
Calcaterra.
Zach Ertz will go on your team and be the number 1 tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Grant Calcaterra is better than Zach Ertz.
No.
Their number 2 tight end is better than about half of the tight ends in the
I'm not even
NFL.
trying to trash Phillies. Like I said, I think tight ends are weakest
So,
link,
no.
and it's not even a weak link.
This is what I was
Like-
going to say. I think the weakest part of their team
Don't say it.
is the quarterback.
I knew you were going to say it. No. Okay,
It's
look.
the quarterback.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Look. Jalen, Jalen Hurts is the fifth best part of their team. look,
Like,
he's not the worst.
but like
he
what?
is not their weakness.
He's ahead of
Put
what?
some
No.
the tight end.
Let's yeah.
The linebackers.
No.
Yeah, he's
No, he's
yes,
not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
With all due respect to their linebackers,
Zach Bond is a better linebacker than Jalen Hurts is a quarterback. He is the
I
like
think there's an argument for it.
what's his name? Nolan Smith. He's an edge rusher. I'll give him an edge rusher.
Nakobe Dean.
Nakobe
who
Dean
was
is
my
a
number one
dog.
linebacker in his draft class.
All I'm saying is that that's how good of a team you are.
Yes.
When your quarterback isn't even a top 3 position
I was
on
about
the
to say,
team
I don't think he's the weakest. I think he's like the fifth best thing. They
out of 6. Like that's but
put more respect on Jalen Hurts. I don't even know why I'm defending Jalen
I
Hurts.
am.
I
But that's,
have no idea
that's,
why I'm defending
that's,
Jalen
that,
Hurts.
That's the whole point is we just did that top 10 quarterback ranking. We both had him inside the top 10, and he is the 5th best position on his team.
Obviously,
That team is so
I
good.
think you'd go receiver, tight end. I mean, not tight
Running
end,
back.
receiver, running back.
No.
questions asked.
I don't even think you were going to the right offensive line.
Offensive line.
Receiver,
I
tight,
wasn't
running
going
back.
in order. I was just
Yeah. Defensive line. Like they're just such a good
DBs. I
they're,
take the DBs.
they're just
over
such a good team.
coaching. I hate Nick Sirianni.
They're such a good
I know
team.
you shouldn't say hate. I genuinely hate Nick Sirianni. God, he can coach.
The whole point I was trying to make with that is when your quarterback is the 5th or even the worst position on your team, and
got
you're the
Super
number
Bowl-
1 team,
He got Super Bowl MVP. Like,
your team's pretty good.
yeah.
So I don't even think it's a question
No, absolutely. Like,
at Philly with number 1.
yeah, no. Obviously, I hate Philly with a deep, deep passion. You cannot argue they're the best team in the league for exactly what you said. What's the weakness?
There's one.
Yeah. All right. Anything you want to say? Close this out.
Baltimore's better than Commanders, so are the Detroit, but
It's not true. It's not true.
we'll that's the nice thing. Guess what though?
What?
There's football on Thursday.
There's football this week.
There's football on
I'm
Thursday.
probably not going to pay much attention, but there is football.
It's
this week.
football. The TV will have it
Something.
on.
Yeah. Beers will be out. And I telework the next day, so best believe beers will be out. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel. We just hit 100 followers on TikTok.
We're 1 away from 50 on YouTube, so please
So I
subscribe.
would like to go live sometime soon.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
Thank you all for the support. Like, subscribe, share the video. Follow us on TikTok and Twitter at PM Football. This was fun, and we'll see you next week. Let us know. Any questions, comments you have, what you agree with, what you disagree with. Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you want to see next. See you guys next week.
See ya.